live from training.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I hope you all are having a lovely day. Hello, Nick. How are you? Oh,
Hello, I'm doing good.
hi, everybody.
Yes.
Today we're doing a mini-series on conditional formatting versus hiding objects. There's with Nick, not today, not the whole mini. We're not doing the whole mini-series today. Over the next 3 days. There we go. I can speak English. We're doing this mini-series. We have the annual subscription bundles. Basically, if you look at all this, you go like, man, I like learning about the FileMaker platform. I want to support you guys. Feel free to pick up our annual subscription. You'll get 100 plus hours of video content. This is also really great if you don't like the live stream format. I know that the live stream formats can be long. And if that doesn't work for you, which is very understandable, you'll like our animated videos much better. They usually average around 10 minutes at most. We cover very specific topics in a short period of time. I actually go back and rewatch them sometimes if I'm trying to do something specific and I don't remember how to do it and I don't want to ask Richard. So, uh, real quick, if you're looking at all this and going like, man, FileMaker's great, love the platform, but I don't want to code this myself, you can reach out to us at support@rcconsulting.com. We have a lot of senior engineers who are happy to help you with all the problems that you may run into, API stuff, integrations, all that jazz. Or just if you just want to develop a database, you can hit us up and let us know you're looking for work, or rather, you have work for us. In which case, we'll be happy to help you. Nick is one of those senior engineers. We got a couple of them, other ones that you are probably all relatively familiar with. Calvin, Jonathan Ray, all that jazz. So, with that all being said, Nick, do you want to share your screen and let me know what you're up to?
Yes. So today we do a series that I already did it, but I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to go deeper, and I'm going to explain step by step, and I'm going to tell everything about those objects like conditionals and hidden objects. When to use one and versus the other, right? And I'm going to explain how they work. I'm going to explain all the caveats there, and I'm going to, give you all their pros and cons, and because they both come from different eras. Okay, so and one object, one feature, which is the conditional formatting, didn't evolve since, like, I don't know, FileMaker 7, I think, right? So versus the hidden object appeared in FileMaker 12, and it was like a game changer. Okay, the hidden object. So, and I'm going to explain that to you. I'm going to be like basic at the beginning, but you will see that you will still learn something, or I will remind you something, right? So let's start with the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is, let's say I have an object, right? Let's say I have a text, right? Hello, right? My name is Nick. Okay, so I have an object like this. Make it bigger a little bit. Okay, and black. And I want to apply to that object, right? I want to apply a condition. Okay. So I select the object and I do conditional formatting. See, I can apply a condition to that object, a visual condition, a conditional formatting. This is what happened, right? Conditional formatting, right? So I can put it, but these conditional objects, conditional formatting, cannot apply to all objects. Okay? So the rule is this: any kind of object that has text in it can receive a conditional, a formatting. Any kind of object that has text. So text, block, field, okay? So can field, button, okay? Button bar, okay? Popover, because there's a popover button. So, and here also, no, this one, no. The button on also, not here, not this. This cannot receive a, just checking, but I'm not sure, but no, it cannot. See, it's not available. Here you have the conditional. Here you don't have it. Even though there's a text here, but that's the exception. But the button, the bar, and the popover and the button, right? Okay. What else? We cannot put tab control, yes. Tab control. 1, 2, 3. Tab control. See, you can put a conditional formatting. And the slide, I'm not sure because there's no text. It shouldn't be able. See, yes, we can. Yes, we can. But on the slides, is it the slide? Because I never do that, but is that the field color? Yeah, we can. So we can do that under here, right? So slide tabs, but we cannot do control. We cannot do on square, right? We cannot do on shapes in general, on line, right? And within objects, it doesn't apply to everything. Like, for example, I cannot apply a conditional on borders, like button borders. This, when I say border, is this the border, this the border. We can't apply. I will explain that to you. Okay, but pretty much all those objects can receive a conditional formatting. So let's start with the beginning. What is the conditional formatting? Okay. Well, you select your objects and you apply a condition to change the format. Okay. So you have many ways to apply the condition. In that case here, okay, I can only apply a condition with a calculation, a formula. Okay. So let's say month gets current dates equal to. Okay? Correct? I want the text to be red, right? So I have a condition that says the month of the today, if it's two, pretty much if you're in February, right? So it will turn red. Okay? So it changed the text. I can change the background. I can put italic, bold, underline. I have other formatting here. I can do all those things, all these kind of things. Change the size, change the whatever, the fonts. See, boom, change, right? So we can do plenty of stuff here. Okay, not just text. Now we have the font, the size, the field color, So see now is white, the field color. I can change the field color. See? So here I can apply only on I need the formula. I need a calc. Okay. A field can be different. I can put from the value within the fields. So for example, if I say the value is equal to Nick, okay? I want the text to be red and bold, okay? So I'm here. If I put Alex is stay black, if I put Nick, boom, okay? Because I said value equal to Nick. I can say not equal to Nick, So if I now have the contrary. If it's Nick, is normal. If it's not Nick, right? Not equal to. So you have different type here, Today, empty, empty, So you have different predefined condition, you know, what, X days pass. So you can feel this is coming from the infancy of FileMaker, right? You can tell, you know, when you see this stuff here, that the infancy of FileMaker. But still there, and never use it for 2 decades, but because we have other ways, much more than this. Okay. So, but they're cool for very early beginners, let's say, or people needing with little needs. Okay. So this is one way. Okay. So this type of calculation, right, are pretty safe and painless, and they are, they don't have incidents with the performance, right? Because it's, nothing fancy. But there's a problem here. And the problem is these calcs are unstored calculations. So that's the problem is you are pretty much putting unstored calculation inside your layouts. So that each time something happened on the layouts, that means you land in the layouts, right? For example, let's say I'm getting this, okay? And here I changed the calc and I say fields equal Nick, okay? So here I said the contents, the value inside the field equal to Nick. And here I say the content of the field equal Nick. He puts also the condition. So now I have two calcs. Okay? You have this little badge here that shows you that this symbol is to tell you have a calculation. And if you hover and you have the tooltip that says you have an active conditional format. Okay? Okay? Very important. I'm going to explain you why. So what happened? So here I have this record here, new record, new record, new record. Okay. So each time that I'm loading a record, FileMaker has to compute all the calcs, including the conditional. The conditional is not stored. That means the record doesn't store the result of the conditional formatting calc. So that means each time you load the record, FileMaker is going to proceed with the calc, the evaluation. So it's okay if you have 1, 2, 3 little conditional like this. But let's say you have hundreds, 200 conditional, right? Because if you do this, okay, and you say like this, right? Well, these two calcs, see? You have two calcs. It's not only one, right? And if you have multiple times the same, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calcs. It doesn't reuse the same calc, even if you have 5 times the same, right? So now you understand where the problem is. There are unstored calculations, okay? And they are, triggered all the time. They are evaluated all the time, okay? Now, the conditional formatting, okay? There's other thing we can do with conditional formatting. So what can we do? We can accumulate, so let's add a new field. I want the drop-down can. Okay. So we can do like this and say formula is Nick. I want this. And I want to add another one. I can add many calcs. Okay. I add this one and I say dates equal get current dates plus 1. Pretty much I'm saying that if the date is tomorrow, right, I want this, I want the opposite. Then you can see. So what happened here? That today and that tomorrow, right? So let's go to Nick. Tomorrow. So, but if I change this to today, the other conditional come. If I change this, the first, so you see how it happened. If I put tomorrow, but if I put Nick, the tomorrow gets precedence. If I remove the tomorrow conditional, the one attached to the name Nick prevail, okay? And boom. So this has a priority. He tried this first, and then make this, try this. So you have multiple calc. So it is this first, and then you have this one. Okay? And you can combine. You say, for example, if I say this one underline, right? So here what happened? It's underlined. I put tomorrow. The underlined is kept. So yes, they are merged. You merged. This means I apply this conditional first. Then I apply this one, right? But see these two, this become red and white. But this says, okay, I want white and red, but it doesn't say anything to underline. So the underline applied with this one stays. So you can merge, you flatten those conditions. Why this demo? To tell you that they both are evaluated. It's not because you have this one that the last one showing up, but it doesn't mean this one didn't apply. FileMaker evaluate this one and then evaluate this one, and then flatten the condition, and the latest condition prevail, but it doesn't undo the first if the second doesn't override. I don't know if I made myself clear here. So let's ask.
Everyone following, or are we not following? Or questions, comments, concerns? Clear.
So did you know all about this? Did you learn something?
I didn't know about this. Ken is typing.
So you didn't know about the flattened,
No.
yeah, I know that, but
Several
that's
people
what.
are typing. Got it.
Okay.
I get it. They just stack on top, and then Foxy Jack says they're always learning.
Yes, but that's another learning. Before it was obvious. Now I don't know why FileMaker tried to make it more and more difficult to find out. You can do this. Change the order of who is coming first. So now it's this one that takes precedence, that prevail. So it's a Nick. Is the one, is not this one. See, I changed the order. So you can change who is going to be the prominence. Okay? So for example, here, it's the one attached to the date. But here, now is the one attached to the name. He tried the date first, right? But he tried this one first, and then comes the one attached to the name, and then replace. Okay? So you can change the order. Also, you can say, okay, you know what? This one, forget it. Don't delete. You don't say delete. You said don't apply. That means it's not, it's like it's not even there. If I remove this, it doesn't care, right? Because I have unchecked this from, but that means it's not applied. So this is very good when you're not sure yourself. or your customer is asking you something and the next day asking you, oh yeah, but I'm not sure. And you know that in 2 weeks it will come again and ask you for the same thing. So you say, okay, yeah, I deactivate this. I understand. In 2 weeks, he will ask me the same thing, or it can be extremely good to um, in for debugging, for example, if you want. Yeah, it's always calculated, always. So it's unstored calc. It's not calculated. It's unstored. Okay. So do we have another question about this?
Is there any way to minimize the impact of unstored calculations in
Of course,
conditional
that's a
formatting in the
way, and
layout?
that's why we have 3 days on this. You're going to be you're going to be the guru of the conditional in the planet, because I'm working on this for so long, and everything you're going to learn that apply on both conditional and hidden objects. They're applied, but we start with conditional, right? And then I'm going to the second half an hour. I'm going to talk about the condition, the hidden. But do we have another question? Do we have any questions about, or I can continue?
Uh, no other questions, just people saying that
Okay,
they're following.
okay. So now you say, okay, let's say uh, I want, I have this is field one. I want field two, field three, field four. And I want this calc, this conditional, right? And value, I can see here, and I said field field one uh, superior of get uh, current dates. Ah, plus one. Okay, so is more than tomorrow. Oh, and I want this to be blue. Okay, and italic. So this okay, is there, so it's working fine. But I want to spread this conditional to other objects. Okay. So I want to pretty much add these fields, and I want to move those two, right, to this here. There's no way I can copy this, see, copy at all. I can't copy transfer, right? I don't have an import, no copy, no paste, right? And you want to spread this tear, right? So I want to make sure that, okay. So take notes. This is how you do. First, you drag your object there, right? Then you duplicate this object with the conditional. You duplicate it. Okay? And now you select this object and the object you want to spread your conditional, right? And then you go conditional formatting, boom, they come. I do it again. Here, I have a conditional formatting. I want to transfer, copy paste the conditional that I have here on this free object as well. If I select those three and this one, I don't have it. But if I duplicate this object, and now I select those, and I select conditional, it comes. And I say, okay, and now this as the same conditional. Let me try something, because I remember that if I put this in front, yeah. So they optimize a little bit the code. I don't remember when that happened. So let's say this one has been created in the order. This object here is one of the latest, is one of the first created. So that means these two have been inserted inside the layouts after this one. So if I do this, they don't transfer. But if I put this one on front in the Z order, I put in the front without duplication. Duplication that was before. But now I can select this object and bring in the front and then select all the object I want to transfer this conditional to the others. And now I can select those objects, open the conditional formatting. I can see those two and then apply. And now all of them has this condition. See?
We do have some questions actually.
Yes. Yeah, they
Yeah, could you apply a format of a number date to a layout calculation?
format of an you mean so format you need to explain to me. So I have a number here, and you want to apply, yeah, you can apply a conditional here, you know. If the value is equal to 111 and you put red, it will work. Okay. So yeah, it works on calcs as well, on text calcs, right? But I cannot go here and put a conditional here, no, right? So, but yes, on here as well, you can do that. Is there a okay? Could apply. So could apply to a merge field is possible. Yeah, to a merge field as well. You know, if you know, and I can apply the same calc. See, here are merge fields, right? See, it works. See? Change. So yeah, definitely to everything that text, including slide control, which is one of the exception, but everything that text. So you know, is there a limit on the conditional calcs? Mike, like how many calc you have in the layout? There's no limit until you kill your performance, or you know how to make them and working great. and then you have no problem with this. So far, I show you the conditional. So see if we don't have any other question, Marge, we have some technical issues.
Do we have technical? No, we don't have technical issues.
No issue because the delay between Discord and YouTube is like 1 minute. Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
delay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
standard. So
Okay.
that's been
Yeah.
the case since the beginning of time.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the hidden state calculation. So here, before we go, pretty much, I have these three. These come from the prehistoric Jurassic time of FileMaker. At the beginning, the conditional, we had the right of this. That's it, right? We didn't have other than this. Okay, so that's why they're there. That from the infancy of FileMaker. Then they added this. We can put a calc. Okay, hidden objects. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why we put the hidden object and why hidden object and conditional formatting are together, and I'm going to show you how to use them. So hidden objects, there's no hidden object option here. Hidden object come from here, from behavior, from this section, there. So here, you can put the calc you want, including these. So including these, including this, value is, for example, let's remove those two. If I say self equal Nick, I said to go away. If self means the field itself, self equal Nick. Okay? If the fields, if Nick, go away. If it's not Nick, come. Nick, go away. See? So you can say self different than Nick, right? Boom, go away. So you can do those if you want, as simple as this, okay? You can do the kind of saying self. You can hide the object, right? So you can do the same thing, but you can do also all the calc you want, right? For example, you can say the same calc, you want to hide if it's tomorrow, for example, or if it's yesterday, So the dates, right, is inferior, is superior equal of get current date minus 1, right? So if the date is superior of yesterday, well, you don't want, right? You want to hide. So today goes away. Yesterday goes away. Tomorrow, why is the what did I say? Um, Today is superior of get current date minus one. Okay. Okay, today. Well, yeah, see? So if it's yesterday, come. Today goes away. Tomorrow goes away. But here, come. See? Okay? So, but this now you have to understand something, right? So this is easy to understand the difference between you put a calc here and but it hides this show this is positive, this is negative. So let me explain. So this is where it starts to be fuzzy. This calc means show me, okay? The calc you put here, you say, let's take this calc. The dates, let's put date. The dates, right, is superior than get current date plus one. That means more than tomorrow, or more than today. Let's make it simpler. More than today. Okay? Make blue. What happens if I bring this calc here, right? So today is okay. And tomorrow, more than today, boom. It's positive, show me blue. And this one is hide me. So when this is true, it shows here it hides. Here it shows the conditional. Here it activates the conditional. Here it activates the hide. See the point here? Right? So oh yeah, this is totally different. David, this is totally different. We're going to so did you get a point here? That means the difference between the conditional, which is when the condition is true, it shows this. Here, when the condition is true, it hides this. Right? Very important to understand. This, when it's true, is hides. Is not show object when, is hide object when. Okay? So David Andrew says about something about this hide when printing, but this is really different. Um, you know. So the hide when printing, if I select this, I select those objects and I said hide when printing. That means they're there, right? But if I print, they're gone. They're there. I can edit them. But if I print, go away. This is what this is for. Now, if I print, they're there. right? So it's not the same. You hide them only if printed. You could add a print button in the preview mode, but will not print. Okay, we will do that later. So, question.
Uh, no, there's no questions in the other two, but Mike from Milwaukee is typing. So
Yeah, okay. So now we saw the fundamental both, right? But now let's dig a little bit more in the problematic and what makes them different. Because, and tomorrow we're going to start to see when to use one and when to use the other, and then how to optimize the code. Like, don't remember who asked that. The Nikki want to optimize the code. So crescendo, and that's why I make 3 days, because otherwise it's too short. In 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours is not possible. We need more than this. So let me explain now one big giant difference. Here, I have a calc here. I have a conditional. And I have this conditional here and here and here. This is the same condition. Same here, same here, same here, and same here. This is the same condition on 4 objects. 4 objects showing the same condition. So we say, hey, Nick, I'm smarter than you are. And I will say, haha, yeah, in your dream. And you say, yeah, I'm not that stupid. I'm going to group the objects, right? And apply the conditional to the group. Well, not possible. You can't apply, even if you group those here, you can't apply a conditional to one condition, that means one calculation, to multiple objects. No. If you want to apply the same conditional to multiple objects, you have no other alternatives than to duplicate and apply this calculation to all of them. Now, what happened what happened to our friends, the hidden objects, right? I can spread this calc, right? I mean, select these objects, the 3, and apply the calc to these 3 objects. That works. See? But that means 1, 2, 3, and 4 calculations. It will evaluate 4 times the same calculation. So let's have a different approach. I want to hide these 4 objects with one calc. I select these 4 objects, group them, and I apply the calc to the group. Ta-da! Before, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 eyes. Now 1. That means this group, I have the hidden state on this group and not on those objects anymore. Those objects doesn't have the calc. The calc is in the group. So now you understand the benefits, right? When you have this situation where you want to change some stuff like this, is much cost effective to do a group, right? And do a group and apply the calc on the group. Now, downside, if you ungroup, where is the ungroup? Ungroup. Here what happened? So if you degroup, ungroup, well, you lose the calc. It's lost. So before, if you want to ungroup, if you want to ungroup, before you select, you remove the calc, you put the calc somewhere, then you ungroup, you do whatever I want, whatever I want, you want. You regroup and you put the calc back. Yeah, I know that stinks. Okay, but this is it. We can't do otherwise. Okay, that's the only downside. Say when you ungroup, you lose a group, you lose the calc. Questions?
You can slightly improve the performance of the same calc on multiple objects by putting in the calc in a custom function.
Yeah, true. But still, it's unstock calculation, whatever you do. So, I remember one day. So where this start to be dangerous, okay, well, is when you start to have copy paste object from other layouts or from other table, other files, and you paste them in your layout, and then you forget them, and then they can kill your performance. One day I had a hidden conditional formatting hidden inside a popover, something that I couldn't see, right? And it was killing the performance of the layout. It's pretty much unusable because it was a calculation running through like millions of records, right? Each time that I was pressing next record, boom, it was going through millions of records related. So it was unusable. And I couldn't, figure out. And so be careful on this, okay? But this is the extreme stuff. But other thing that is cool when you are like this, okay, is that you can apply a hidden state on the group and another hidden state on one object of the group. You can cumulate the hidden state. For example, if self equal John hides, okay? So now I have two hidden state. One, if it's more than today, goes away, all of them. But if this equal John, this one goes. See? So I can now have a group here. I have the word group go away with this, or within this group, this object has its own hidden state that run independently than this. That means if the group hide the object, well, this hidden state is over. Like the conditional. The one on the object that contains the object, that one is the most precedent. Of course, you can have group within groups and then hides right, with a different. And of course, within the group, you can have independent hidden states. So now, if more than today, the word thing goes. If it's not the case, if here I put John, this goes. But if I put Ken, those goes. Is Ken or would I do? Self equal, oh no, not self, is one, field one equals, okay, hold on. Is field one equal Ken. See? So if I put Nick, everything goes. Tomorrow, yesterday, what was it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it passed midnight. That's why it passed midnight. 11. Okay. So everything tomorrow, everything go away. Here, everything come. Ken, those three. John, this one. See? The whole thing with groups. So you can play, right? Tomorrow, we're going to learn, or maybe now if you want, because tomorrow I have enough to fry. So now, how to reverse. So let's make something simpler, okay? I want to mimic this, but much more powerful. For example, if I want let's say I want to mimic this. Why is I have another file open with me and it's don't know why I have this. I think I might have to force quit. Oh, there, the Marge?
Yes, no, I'm here. So,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
well,
It's
to be fair, we could also wrap up. It is
yeah, maybe it's. Oh no, it's okay. It's there. No,
okay.
I just I want to make sure. So
Yes.
let's say I want to mimic um, I say I want this. Okay. So I want to mimic this. Why is not? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I want to mimic this, okay? With a hidden state. When is today is this. When is tomorrow is this, okay? So I want to mimic this with a hidden state, not the conditional. But I want better. I want a better way. Here I have no control. I have only these control. I have only these. That's it. That's it. Here, oh, I want to have much more control. I say, okay, this is a normal, right? And then I want better control. I want the border to be blue and this to be blue like this and to be white, the text, right? And maybe I can have a stronger border and maybe two, see? And I want the same for these here, right? And I mean, I can, whatever. I want this. So this and this. So I can do something like this even, I can do something like this. Say I want this, this, right? So something much cleaner. Okay. Much cleaner than the conditional formatting. Okay. I can go much more than the conditional formatting. So when this one goes, so I want the same as this. I want this one to go away when the date is more than today. Okay? I want this one to go away. More than today, today. More than today, okay? And today. And now I want this one to go away when this one, I want this one to show up when this one goes away. Right? So yeah, you can say the opposite of this. That's one way you can do. The not parenthesis and your whole formula, that reverses it. Oh, I put in the wrong calc here. So let me. So tomorrow, today. Tomorrow, today. See? So I put this one on top of it. Boom. So I have a super conditional formatting, right? Much more efficient than the other one. So the philosophy behind this, if you just want the background to become red or blue or green, if you want something simple, use conditional formatting, right? If you want something more evolved, like, for example, see, if you want to do something like this, let's say like this, right? So Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, it's not perfect, but right. So if you want something like this, well, you need to go with their hidden state, right? So tomorrow we're going to start digging a little bit more when to use what and why, right? I will come with examples and I will explain to you the philosophy behind those objects, why they is better to use a conditional, why it's better to use the hidden states sometime, right? And also how to prevent the problem of refreshing, because sometimes you can have a refresh issue, right? And Wednesday, we will do the optimization of the code to make them completely, totally, uh, painless in terms of condition or in terms of performance. Okay, so we have another question here. Hidden state is slower in the list view than form view. Yes, and that applied to both conditional and hidden state. Why? Is because when you are in list view, here I'm the calc. When I'm here, the calc apply to one record at a time, right? One record at a time. But if I do this, I'm showing you 5 records at a time. It has to calculate the conditional for this record, 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 and all the calcs, right? Because I'm showing you all. Here, I'm showing you one at a time. So that's why optimization of the code in list view or portals is mandatory. You can't avoid it. Otherwise, when you scroll, you have the cranky effect. It does cluck, 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 spinning wheel, cluck, 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 spinning wheel, cluck, 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 like this, right? Who has this issue of the scrolling in the list view, like cranky? Everybody sleeping? So, but anyway, so we do that. Tomorrow we do thing more interesting, when to use what and where. And Wednesday we do the optimization of the code.
Which will be awesome. Cool.
Yep, as usual.
Thank you, Nick, as always.
Okay, no problem. So see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yep, same time, same place. Continuation of the same subject. All right, everybody.
Yes,
Have a good one. Thank you, Nick, for presenting. And I will
thank you.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.